The next topic that we're going to discuss and cover in Beginning Tech Proficiency and Assessment is creating presentations. In this video, we're going to look specifically at creating a Google presentation. It's probably one of my favorite tools to use in the classroom, and I'm going to show you how to make them and kind of explain why I like them so much. To start out with, I want to show you an example, and this is from my class website, our Cell Photosynthesis and Respiration Unit. And on my web page, I have embedded into the web page a couple of different Google presentations. This one here is the discovery of cells, and I put this into my web page. This is a topic that we look at in class and we talk about. It's kind of a short lecture, and I've embedded this into my web page, and so students who visit the web page can actually just scroll through the presentation right here on my web page. One of the best things about this, and similar to embedding or publishing Google Documents, is that in Google Presentations, anytime that I make a change to this document or this presentation, excuse me, it will automatically change on my website. So I don't have to go back and re-upload something or make changes to it. It's automatically going to update. And it's a huge time saver, and it really helps to make your classroom more efficient in that you don't have to go back and re-edit things or re-upload things. And so it's a really nice feature of Google Presentations, similar to Google Documents. So let's take a look at how to actually make a Google presentation. I'm going to go to my Google Documents account. I'm already signed in, and I'm going to click the red Create button, and I want to create a presentation. And when I first do this, it's going to give me an option to pick a theme. There's quite a few different theme options here, kind of some new fun ones that they've created lately. So I'm going to just pick one at random here. It doesn't really matter. You can pick whichever you choose. And I want to point out some of the different things that you can do with this. Similar to Google Documents, you can share this with anybody else that you would like. The same features here right now. It's showing that I'm the owner. I can share it with other people if I would like. And so I have those options already to share this document with somebody. I want to give this a name. And then you have your title page here, and if you want to add more pages to this, you have this red button here that says New Slide. If I click it, it's automatically going to give me kind of a traditional title and then a space for information slide. If I want to choose some different slide layouts, I can click this little down arrow, and it's going to give me title and body, caption. It gives me some different options, so I can add pages that way. Let's say I want to copy a page. Let's say I make a page that I want to copy. So let's say I want to copy this, so I'm going to right click or do the right click on a Mac here, and I'm going to just say duplicate the slide. I also have some options of creating a new slide from this, deleting the slide. I can change the background, I can change the layout, I can change the theme, I can add transitions, I can move, I can add a comment. A lot of options here with this. Let's say that we just duplicate this one to start. And there we go. You can add or insert quite a bit of different information to your Google presentation. Let's go to this first page here, and let's say I want to add in some text. You can see that now I've clicked on this text box. I've got quite a few different options, font, size. You can add in some bullets. You can make a list of different things, just making a list of some different presentation tools. I can make this a numbered list if I wanted to. I can change the font color. Lots of different options here. Let's say that I want to get rid of this text box. If I click on it and click delete, it will delete it. If I wanted to undo that, or if I wanted to bring that back, there's the undo and the redo buttons up here. I can also insert quite a bit of different information. If I go up to insert, I can insert another text box. I can insert an image, a video, word art, line, shape, table, quite a few different things here. Let's say I want to insert another text box. If I click that, if I click once on my mouse and then drag, I can create a text box, and now I have a new text box that I can add more information to, as well as have all of the same editing options. Quite a few different line colors, fill colors. You can do quite a few different things here. Let's go to our second page, and I want to show you how to insert an image. If I want to insert an image, I can go two different ways. I can click Insert, or I can click on this little box right here that is the image icon. If I click that, just like with Google Documents, it's going to give me some similar options. I can upload an image, I can take a snapshot, or I can do an image by URL. And let's say that I want to insert a URL image or something that I found on the internet. If I've opened up a new tab and search for an image, let's say I want to insert an image of a snow leopard, I can do that by, I need to copy the address for that picture. So I'm going to click on this picture. And once I've clicked on this picture, I can right click on it or do two fingers on the mouse button. And it's going to give me some options. I can save the image as a file. I can copy the image URL, which is what I want to do in this case. I'm going to copy that. And if I go back to my presentation, and if I paste that image URL right here, on the Mac you can push Command V. And if I push select, it gives me a preview here, but if I push select, it will insert that into my presentation. There we go. I can move it around. I can resize it if I'd like. An easy way to quickly resize it without losing the ratio so it doesn't get distorted is to push Shift and then move your cursor so that you have this little arrow. This is the move arrow, and it will automatically change the size of the image. You can make it bigger or smaller, but keep the same ratio so it doesn't become all distorted. With Google Presentations, other options that we have that we can insert are videos, which are really helpful. You can do that by clicking Insert and then Video. And when you do this, you can do a video search on YouTube, or you can insert a. So if I want to insert a video, I can do that by Insert Video. And if I have a URL that I want to use and I want to insert, I can just click here and paste the URL, and it will actually bring up a preview of the video. This is a video that I made for symbiotic relationships for my biology classes. I can push select and it will insert that into my presentation. Just like with an image, I can move that around, I can resize the video if I'd like. And this is really nice because if you're presenting some information, showing this information, I can just play the video right from the presentation. It's kind of a nice feature. You'll notice up here that there's one other viewer. Just like Google Documents, Google Presentations can be edited at the same time. It's actually, but if I click on where it says one other viewer or two other viewers, however many people are looking at the document, you can actually chat right here. You can chat with people who you're collaborating with, and so it's nice to be able to do this real time in the classroom with students. They can work on documents together. This could be a presentation, it could be a spreadsheet, it could be a Google document, a drawing, any of the Google documents you can add together, collaborate with. It's one of the best features about them. Or you can also do it at home. I've worked with other teachers where we've been collaborating, not in the same room, but at our respective houses, and working on a document together at the same time and communicating through this chat feature. So you can turn this on and off by clicking that right there. This is something that you'll probably want to watch. Students will open up documents and can chat sometimes between themselves. Obviously that's helpful at some points, but other times it's not appropriate, and so you want to be aware of that and keep an eye on that. The last thing that I want to show you is transitions and how you can have different portions of your presentation appear just like you would in a PowerPoint presentation. And to do that, let's look at our two text boxes here. Let's look at our first one. If I click on this text box, I'm going to resize this just a bit so that they're a little bit more separated. If I click on this and if I right click, you can see I'll have some options to down here at the bottom to animate. So I'm going to click on animate. And I've got some different options. I can have the slide something. Right now it has no transition. This particular text box, I can have it fade in on the click, or after the previous, or with previous. I'm going to leave it as on click, and I can change the speed. Let's say I want to have an animation for the slide in general. I'm going to have it cube for fun. You can have it apply to all slides or just the one slide. and then push close. Let's say I want to do the same thing for this second text box. Right click on it and click on animate. And I'm going to also have this one appear. I'm going to, instead of fading in, I'm going to have it fly in. And if I want to see all of these, I can push play. And it will go through these. If you click again, it'll present the next one. And then click again, and the next one will appear. So you have quite a few options of how you want things to be presented. This is nice if you want to progressively add things to your slide, add information or pictures or images. You can have them appear as you click, kind of like PowerPoint or presentations. The last part that I want to show you with presentations is actually how to present your presentation and how to share it. We've talked about sharing. If you want to just start your presentation, if you're in your own Google Docs, if you're in the classroom and you want to present it, you can just push Start Presentation. And what that will do is present your presentation kind of in full screen. And you can just use your arrow keys to scroll through, like so. And then when you're done, you can just exit it. If you want to embed your presentation or publish your presentation like what we did with Google Documents or what we saw in my example on my website, if you go up to File and if you go down to Publish to the Web, again you have pretty much the same options as what we talked about with the Google document, but we're going to publish this to the web, and I'm going to click Start Publishing, and it's going to make sure I want to do that. I'm going to push OK. And then again, you have a couple of different options here. The first one is a document link, if you wanted to link a presentation. The second one is this embed code, and this is what you can use to actually insert or embed the document, the presentation, into a web page, a wiki, a blog, just like what I did on my website, going back to my example, like these right here. This is looking at habitat versus niche. This is an example of a Google Doc that had been embedded. And so this is what it looks like when you embed a presentation into your web page. And so you have some options for how you want to do that. The most important one is the presentation size. You can change the size of the presentation, how big it's going to be. I usually use the small size, and that looks like this. This is a small size for Google. The medium, large, or custom, you can actually customize the size of it, of how big you want your embedded presentation to be. A couple of the other options that you have is automatically advance the presentation or change it to the next slide. If you wanted to have it automatically go to the next slide, you can set that up. 3 seconds every second. You can change that. It doesn't automatically do this, but it's an option within the presentation when you're playing it. You can start the slideshow as the player loads. You can restart the slideshow after the last slide. So you have quite a few different options there. So those are some of the different features and some of the different things that you can do with Google Presentations. Again, it's an extremely powerful and extremely useful tool that I think is really useful in the classroom in presenting information. It's a great opportunity for students to collaboratively create a presentation based on a research project or whatever it may be in the classroom. It's a great way to present information, and you can embed lots of pictures and videos and links to other documents and web pages. It's a great tool to use in the classroom.